Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. I'm back again with another pick a card reading, and that reading is titled, What Makes You Attractive? I have 3 piles for you to choose from, but instead of picking from like a crystal or something that I usually have, you're going to be picking from an image. And this is college edition because school is starting for me soon, and I don't have a roommate this semester, so we don't have to worry about any interruptions. With that being said, let's move into the reading. Okay, and you know I made a PowerPoint. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. So you have these 3 images to choose from. You are welcome to pick more than one if your soul is calling you to do that. Okay. So please pick with your intuition. I know they look so pretty, but pick the one that you feel most drawn to, or that your intuition is just really, going after. Okay. Because sometimes in tarot, we can get caught up in what we like and see instead of what our body is telling us, what our intuition is telling us. Okay. So pick from your intuition. All right. Alrighty, we're gonna get started with pile number one. If you chose pile number one, this is your reading. So pile number one, what makes you attractive? What makes you attractive? So we have Scorpio here. We have Scorpio, we have Virgo, and we have Mars. So what makes you attractive? Pile number one is the way that you can transform. You could be going through some dark period in your life, and it's the way that you just rise up like a phoenix from the ashes. And you shock a lot of people because sometimes these transformations can be quick. You transform at a rapid rate, and that's what makes you attractive. But it's because you're putting in that work. You're actively putting in that work to make those changes to your life so that you can live a healthier lifestyle. And that is what makes you attractive. Also, pattern one, you may be somebody that's into eating clean, like eating a vegan diet, a vegetarian diet, or a pescatarian diet, because the Virgo card is here. And Virgo rules over the 6th house, and that's about health. So it's like you're very invested in your health, and that's what makes you attractive. You're invested in your physical health, your spiritual health, your mental health. You do all of that. And you do a lot of self-care routines. Like you have a lot of self-care routines. So you can have a hair routine, a night routine, a morning routine, a skin routine, like a workout routine. You have these routines to take care of yourself, and people see that and they're inspired by it. And believe it or not, like even if people don't compliment what you're doing, pal number one, they definitely take notice, and you inspire people to take better care of themselves. And that is what makes you attractive. Like you could have wanted to be a fitness coach, but you give off this energy of self-care and self-love, and that's what makes you attractive. Okay, with this Mars energy being here, you're somebody that is assertive, and it's taking you a long time to get here. You have to go through multiple transformations in order for you to become fully assertive and fully stand in your power and to own your voice. Okay, with that Mars energy, you do not play foul number one. You don't. When it comes to you expressing how you feel, you aren't the type of person that's going to walk on eggshells with people. Like you can be a little bit confrontational, and being confrontational is not always a bad thing, especially when the confrontation is needed to have a breakthrough or to get something across for the other person to understand, especially when it's those types of conversations. Like pal number one, what makes you attractive is that you can have those hard conversations with people. Like you can hold people accountable, call them out on their bullshit, and speak facts and speak the truth. That is what makes you attractive. Okay, but also, let me go back to that Scorpio energy. You're a little bit seductive, pal number one. Like you have the energy to where you could tease people. Like you know what you be doing. So if you are a woman watching this, pal number one, you can have like a slit in your skirt. Like you go out, you have a cute dress on or a cute outfit, and you like to show a little skin. And you can like you tease, but you don't do the whole thing. Like you're not just going to show everything. Like you do bits and pieces. And if you're a man, you do the same thing, like wearing sweatpants, doing stuff like that, going around women. And if you're non-binary, it's the same thing. You wear certain perfumes, because I'm getting a vibe like that. Like you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. You wear certain colognes, you know. You have a little seductive side to you, and you like to tease people. And that's actually something that people find really attractive about you. So, yeah. Let's move on. Let's see. Okay, so friendliness. So you are somebody that is friendly. And also back to this Virgo energy, you like to be of service to others. You love anything that is in service of other people, you enjoy doing, pound number one. And it's because you have a good heart. You have a good heart, but you have learned how to set boundaries with this Mars card. And that's what makes you attractive here. Excuse me. Yeah, but with this friendliness card, it's like you're a friendly person. You make people feel welcome. You know, especially if somebody is a newcomer and they don't feel comfortable, like you are that person that makes them feel welcome. And I just keep wanting to go back to that Virgo energy, so I'm going to do it again. You're somebody that likes to be of service to other people. So you could do volunteering, like volunteering at homeless shelters, volunteering at churches, volunteering at daycares and banks, like anything with the public to where you can help people. You're really good at that. Like you may be somebody that is into like psychology, you like helping people get through addictions and substance abuse. Like you're somebody that you care a lot about health, because there's more than just mental health, spiritual health. There are so many healths. And I feel like when it comes to health, like you got to down pack pound number one. And that is something that makes you attractive. Okay. Your friendliness, being friendly to people, making them feel welcome, making them feel like they belong. That is what makes you attractive. With this ultimate potential card being here, what makes you attractive is how you create healthy lifestyles that work for you. You're not living by what society says we should do. You're not conforming to the standards. You're not assimilating to the standards on social media and what they say we should be doing. You live life at your own pace, pound number one, and that is what makes you attractive. Okay. You're also into music here. You could be a singer, a songwriter, a rapper, you know, a record producer, you may like to make beats, but there's something you do with music that is very beneficial to not only you, but others. And that is what makes you attractive. With the wonder card being here, this card is about allowing yourself to be in a state of wonder about your life. Like pal number one, what makes you attractive is you live in the present moment. You know how to enjoy today. You're not focused on what's going to happen tomorrow or 3 years from now. Like you do plan for your future. You know, you do make sure that you're on the right path, but at the same time, you're not obsessing over the path. You know, you're not obsessing over what's going to happen in 3 years, because if you're so busy focused on what's going to happen in 3 years, you can't even enjoy the life that you're living, you know? So you know how to be in the present moment and focus on what's right now, not what's coming later. And that's what makes you attractive, because you're able to calm people down, especially people that may have anxiety and struggle with, you know, intrusive thoughts. Like you're really able to calm people down and help them to ground themselves into their realities, okay? We have We have the Five of Wands here. So you can be a bit confrontational, pound number one, but it's for the right reasons. Like you don't start drama with people, but if you have a problem with somebody, you're able to let them know that. And if you got to get hype, you got to get hype. But people respect you, and that's what makes you attractive, because they know you're going to go off. And honestly, pound number one, some people actually like it. Like some people like seeing you get riled up, and they like the more aggressive side of you, you know, that because in the they like it because they want to see how it is in the bedroom. Okay, that's why. Okay, so if you're a woman watching this, like men like that you're feisty and sassy, like that's the vibe I'm picking up here. Okay, okay, take what resonates, and you could switch the genders around. Okay, with heavenly messages being here, like you give people the right advice. Like I was saying, like if they're dealing with anxiety or just, you know, depressing thoughts, like you're able to help uplift them and help them to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Like you could be a motivational speaker here, because I'm getting that vibe, because I feel like I'm over here doing that. But you give off this, you know, this energy where you have the wisdom, you have the guidance, you have the answers. So you may have random people that you don't even know just start telling you their business because they can feel your energy. And people know when you have the answers, okay? They can tell. That is why they just come to you and tell you certain things, because their spirit, you know, spirit sees spirits at the end of the day. You know, we see, you know, even though people may not be directly conscious of it, their spirit is. And that's why some people may seek you out for advice, even people you don't even know. You giving people advice and helping them out of tough situations, pal number one, that's what makes you attractive, you know? With messages from air, look at those music notes. So some of you could be deeply involved in music here, whether you want to be a rapper or a singer, but whatever that dream is, you're good at it, okay? Because I'm hearing the word destined, okay? So you're destined for it. You know, if you're a singer, you have a very beautiful voice here, and that's what makes you attractive, your voice. If you're a rapper, people like the way you rap. They like, you know, your intonations. They love the way you speak, and they love the way your pen is flowing, okay? I don't know why I just started coming like I felt like when I was talking and what was coming up was like me about the freestyle. So that's definitely confirmation that some of you are like meant to be artists. You're meant to be music artists here, okay? You being into music, that's what makes you attractive. You know, you having a nice voice, a nice sound, that's what makes you attractive. With the Six of Wands in reverse, this is about losses. So what makes you attractive is that even when you have losses in life, you learn from them. With that Scorpio energy, you transform through those losses. Like you don't stay down for too long. You know how to see the light at the end of the tunnel and keep going. You know how to motivate yourself to stay, on top of the things you're supposed to be doing, even if you don't feel the best. You motivate yourself a lot, pile number one. And with those routines, they also come in handy because when things are going wrong, at least you have those routines to get you by and to get you through. And that is what makes you attractive, believe it or not. You know how to celebrate people, even if it's not your season, even if you just lost your house or you just lost your apartment, you can still be there and support other people without jealousy, without competition, without shade, without pettiness. It's all real. That's what makes you attractive. Okay. With the success card being here, your success makes you attractive. And even if you don't feel successful right now, you are headed for success. Okay. Your success makes you attractive and you inspire a lot of people. You do. Even if you think you don't, you do. People who pretend not to see you, but you inspire a lot of people with your success because you build discipline to reach the success. So you should be proud of yourself, pile number one. Even if nobody has told you that they're proud of you, I'm proud of you, okay? Because it takes a lot to put yourself out there, market yourself, and take the criticism because people in this world are mean. Excuse me, especially on social media, but it's like with you, pal number one, you already know that. You're already prepared for that. And that's what makes you attractive is just your willingness to try, your willingness to go after your dreams, even if, people may say something negative, like you still keep going, okay? And you will be successful. With the forgiveness card being here, you know how to forgive yourself. You know how to forgive other people too and move on from the past. Like the past is a lesson. It's a lesson for you. It's this quote that I was trying to say. That's what got me tongue twisted. But it's like the past is a place of reference, not residence. That's what came to mind. So it's like you learn from your past mistakes and you apply them to your life so that you can live a healthier lifestyle. And if you are into music, like you talk about your pain and you express your pain, and that's needed in this world. Like we live in a world where people want to pretend that they never go through anything and that they never feel anything. So when you come out and sing and rap about how you really feel, you're helping so many people. So keep doing that. With this going forward card, you know how, like I said, you know how to move on from the past. You know how to keep going. Even when life is not up to par, you keep going. You have a warrior spirit, pal number one. You have a warrior spirit. Let's look at the key words here. So we got music. Also, let's go back to the friendliness card. You are very friendly. You are sweet. And sometimes people can look at that and think you're flirting with them, pile number one, but you're really just a sweet person. And that's what makes you attractive. Your voice makes you attractive here. You bring a lot of joy to other people. You uplift them. You take them from sorrow to joy, and that's what makes you attractive. But you also have a lot of layers to you because you are very friendly. But you have this side of you where you can go off on people and turn up on them, okay? You also had a seductive side of you too. So you have all these different layers and they're all beautiful, okay? And that's what makes you attractive. With the true future card here, as I was saying earlier, you're not obsessing over your future. You're not worrying about what's to come. You're enjoying what's now. You're enjoying the present moment and you're living in each experience. Like pile number one, I feel like you try to live intentionally. Like you live with intention. You do things with intention. You eat with intention. You work out with intention. Your night routines, you do those with intention and you take care of yourself. It's emphasis on how you take care of yourself here. That is what makes you attractive. You take care of your mental health too. That's what makes you attractive. With renewal and rebirth, your transformations, the way that you grow from what you've gone through. You don't let it make you bitter, pal number one. You've probably been through hell. You know, you've probably been through hell and back, but you don't let that make you bitter and you don't go out mistreating people because of what you've been through. If anything, what you've been through has strengthened you and it's toughened you up. And whenever you see somebody else experiencing something similar to you know how to help them out. Because I get this psychologist vibe from you, psychiatrist, therapist type of vibe, but you have this healing energy, pal number one, and that is what makes you attractive, okay? That is the end of your reading, pile number one. Thank you for coming to this reading. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what resonated with you, okay? Okay. Thank you. Let's move on to pile number two. Alrighty. If you chose pile number two, this is your reading. So pile number two, what makes you attractive? All right. So pile number two, you had a lot of cards come out, honey. You had a lot. You have more than pile one and pile three. So you know, you had a lot of extra messages here. Okay. All right. So Saturn is here. Okay. So what makes you attractive, pile number two, is that you're cutthroat. Some people really find that very attractive. It's like you're cutthroat. Like you really, when it comes to your life, when it comes to your goals and your boundaries, you're very cutthroat with it. And you don't mind being direct with people, even if they don't like it. And that is what makes you attractive here. Because you do the hard things. Like pile number two, like you're the person that can have a difficult conversation with a partner or a family member. Like, you know, those conversations that people dread and they're scared. And then instead of telling the person, they tell another person, and then it creates drama. Like, no, you're going to go directly to that person and have those hard conversations and ask those hard questions. And it makes you attractive because people, you know, you can make people feel like, you know, wow, nobody's ever asked me these types of questions while dating me or while being my friend. Or some people in your family, nobody else probably asked them those questions, you know. And I feel like you have these conversations to get clear with people. You like clarity. That's what makes you attractive. Like pile number two, you're not the type to just assume something and go on with it. Like you communicate. Your communication, that's what makes you attractive. With Luna being here, the moon, you're very aware of other people's emotions. You're very aware, like you have a high level of emotional intelligence. Let me put it like that. Like you're very aware of how you make other people feel. And you're able to be accountable when you mess up. Like if you said something that could have been harsh or that was rude, you're able to take accountability and see how your tone was wrong and how you could go about the situation differently. Okay. You're able to self-reflect. Pile number two, you know how to self-reflect. You know how to look at where you can change and where you can improve, and that is what makes you attractive. With the Uranus card being here, you have like this spicy energy pattern, but you have this flavor to you because it's like you're so unique, you're so extraordinary, and it's like you bring something different to the table. You know, that's the vibe I'm getting, like a Lady Gaga type of vibe. Like you're very unique, okay? You're one of a kind, limited edition type shit. Like that's the energy I'm getting, pad number two. You know, with this Uranus energy, you're free spirited. You speak the truth. You say things that other people are afraid to say. You do things that other people are afraid to do. Okay. The word I'm hearing is trailblazer. Okay. But you just live in life, you know, to the fullest. And that's what make you attractive. With this Aries card being here, you could be an Aries here, or this could be a part of your sun, moon, and rising, or just in your birth chart in general. Take what resonates here. But with this Aries energy being here, it's like you bring that flavor. You know, the sun is exalted in Aries. So that's a good placement to have, you know, and it gives you this confidence, you know, and you have a confidence about you that you've cultivated, on your own. You didn't grow up, confident in yourself. You had to build it, kind of like pal number one, had to build. You have had to do the same thing, so this confidence has grown. Like, how some people have supportive family members and friends from a very young age and they have a healthy level of confidence. Like, you didn't get that, pal number two. You've grown through what you've been through, on your own. Because what I'm hearing for you is that song by Drake. It's like, all me for real. Came up, that's all me. No help, that's all me. That's you. That's what I'm hearing. And also, I keep hearing this for you. It's Megan's song. She was like, don't call me sister because I'm not your sister. You really need to come get your mister. It's like something, something. Hoes hate me because I'm the it girl. I ain't never asked to be the shit girl. Like, that's the energy I'm getting from you. Like, you are an it girl, it boy, it non-binary person. Take what resonates. But it's like you have this sassy energy to you, this spicy energy, and it makes you attractive because you're the type of person, like, you can break the ice. You know how you go somewhere and everybody's just seeming like uptight and seeming all scared and anxious. Like, you're the person to crack a joke. Your humor makes you attractive, pal number two. Like, you can win people over with your humor. Okay, you know how to say the right thing to people to get them comfortable, because sometimes in life, there's so much happening, and you're that person that gives people a good laugh that they can remember and think about, and that's what makes you attractive. Okay, so we have peacefulness, we have trust, and we have perseverance. So with peacefulness, pal number one, I didn't even mean to say pal number one. Pal number two, you are very like you're very into your peace. Like, excuse me. Excuse me. You're very in your peace. Like, the quote that I'm seeing for you is, anything that costs me my peace is too expensive. That's why with the Saturn energy, you're able to have these difficult conversations with people because your peace matters. You need clarity, because when you don't have clarity, what does that do? It disturbs your peace, right? And you're all about your peace, pal number one. That's what makes you attractive. With the trust card being here, you're somebody that's trustworthy. Like, you have integrity, pal number two, because you are who you are in people's face and behind their back. Okay, that is what makes you attractive. Let me run that back for you. You have integrity. You are who you are in people's face and behind their back. And that's what makes you attractive, because people know they can trust you. People know that. And also, you have good judgment too. With the Saturn energy, you have good discernment and good judgment. And that's what makes you attractive, because you're not going to lie to people. You know how people will lie to people and say, oh, that looks good on you. And no, it doesn't. Like, pal number two, you're really going to tell people, like, that doesn't look good. Like, you're going to be honest about it, because there are some people that know stuff don't look good on people and let them go out and be around a lot of people in that type of outfit. You're able to tell people the truth and say, hey, this may look better on you. You are a truth speaker as well. It can come off harsh a little bit, but still, your guidance can be trusted here. Your guidance can be trusted, and it's only going to come off harsh to people that aren't used to hearing the truth, people that are used to things being sugar coated and watered down for them. Like, you are very direct. Okay, pal number two. And you're trustworthy. You're somebody that can be trusted. Like, you don't go telling other people's business. You don't go telling people things, personally. You don't go telling, what I meant to say is, you don't go telling the things that people have told you personally to other people. You don't just bring up what somebody is going through to somebody else. Like, you are, like, the conversations that you have are confidential, and it stays between you and the other person, pal number two. And that's what makes you attractive. You also have perseverance. Your perseverance, how you keep going, that's what makes you attractive. You got to grow through what you go through, and you do. You have a lot of perseverance. You have a lot of, like, I would call it like stamina. You have a lot of stamina for life, because you've overcame some things, pal number two. You've overcame some things. I feel like you could have had maybe a harsh parent, or take what resonates because this may not be for all of you, but that's what I'm getting. Like you're very mature for your age, pal number two. You could have like people could have always told you that when you were younger that you're mature for your age because you've had a lot of hardships. And I feel that because the Saturn card is here, you know. And I feel like you've had a lot of hardships, you know, within like family, friends, and things like that, but you've learned from them. And I think that that is why you're very aware and very, you know, your emotional intelligence is high, you know, because you've had a lot of experience at a very young age seeing how people operate. And it's taught you a lot. And the things that you've learned, like from your childhood about life, like really helps you see things clearly and not in like a, you know, how some people live life like delusionally, like they feel like things are a certain way when they aren't. Like you're not living life like that, pal number two. Like you're living your life as it is. Like you're not trying to put on a show for anybody. Like pal number two, your authenticity is what makes you attractive. Like people love that you're you. They know that when they come in your presence, you're going to be fully 100% you. You're not going to try to be somebody else. You're not going to try to change to be more likable. You're going to be you. And that is what makes you attractive here. Okay. So we have Aiku. So with this being here, this is like transformation energy. So you may be attracted to power one, but it's like what makes you attractive is how you transform. And like I said, you're very cutthroat. You cut people off like you dead things. It's like it's over with. No, you cut off by like you block. Like what makes you attractive, pal number two, is like you don't have, you know, this tolerance. You don't have a high tolerance for bullshit. You don't have a high tolerance for disrespect. So whenever you experience that with somebody, they're cut off. It's not a I'ma wait and see how they feel. It's automatic. You're out, out, out. You're kicked off the team. Out. It's like you don't really give people a warning, you know? And people can find that attractive, you know, that you don't play that, especially when it comes to being in your life, because you're all about security, not only within yourself and with your priorities and with your finances, but with other people. Like you're the type of person, pal number two, that asks questions like, does this person make me feel secure? And if not, what steps can we take to make this relationship feel more secure? Like you have those hard conversations that people can't have, and it leads to great change. Okay, that's what makes you attractive, is that you can have breakthroughs with people that other people couldn't have. That's what makes you attractive. With the Eight of Earth, aka the Eight of Pentacles here, what makes you attractive is your work ethic, the way you work, the way you build abundance and stability for yourself. Like you're a money maker, okay? You like to make money here, pal number two, and that's what makes you attractive. You have a boss energy about you. You might have your own business here, but whatever it is, because I'm hearing I'm a boss ass big, big, big. So that's you, pal number two. Like you have this boss energy about you. Like you have that authority energy, that Capricorn energy. You could be a Capricorn too, but you have that energy where you work hard and you reap the fruits of your labor. Okay. Let's see what else is here. Look, we have flow of abundance. So what makes you attractive is how you can bring abundance to yourself through your work, through your job. So there may be something you're doing, whether it's working at a good job or having a business of your own, and you're bringing in income and you're creating stability and you're breaking generational curses, pal number two. I had to say that. What makes you attractive is that you're breaking generational curses out here. You're out here creating, you know, stability for the future descendants. You know, you're breaking up those cycles and those old paradigms to bring in new ones that are built on love, that are built on honesty and integrity, that are built on hard work, okay, and dedication. With joy and pleasure being here, like you have this energy, like you're fun to be around. Power number two, you're like I said, you have that spice to you. You got that flavor. You have that flavor. That is what makes you attractive. You may be a cat owner here, or you really like cats, or you just catty. Like you have that sassy energy, and that's what makes you attractive. Okay. With fertility and satisfaction, like when it comes to your work, you always make sure that you're satisfied with it. You always make sure that when you're putting out something for your business, or excuse me, y'all, I keep burping from that tea. But anyways, Whether you're putting out something for your business or doing something in the job you work at, you always do it with purpose. You know, you make sure that you're satisfied with what you're doing, and that's what makes you attractive because you don't have ass stuff. Like you really give your all on a project, on a goal, or when you're marketing yourself for your business, you give your all. You're professional when it comes to work in general. That's what makes you attractive. Pound number two, like you're very professional. Like you're not somebody that has a business but you're rude to the customers, or rude to the other employees or the customers at your job. Let's see what other energies are here. People like that, like you don't have a bad attitude. Pound number two, you know those people where you go to the hospital or you go to some type of clinic and it's the person at the front desk that gives people a hard time. Like you make it so easy for people. Like you give them, like, because I'm getting, you may work somewhere like with nursing, doing CNA work, because I see somebody like at a desk, and because even when I'm reading these cards, I'm still channeling the energy. So if you hear me say like I'm seeing, just remember like me being clairvoyant. Okay. Okay. But that's what I'm getting. Like the images is popping in my head. It's like somebody doing work as a doctor, nurse, CNA, hospital work. You could do something like that. And that's what makes you attractive. Take what resonates. But yeah, there's something that you do, like, and you make it easy for people. Like you don't give people a hard time. You know, you don't make things harder. Like you may pull a couple strings too, maybe things that you're not supposed to do, but you still do it to help other people, and that's what makes you attractive. So you have Yanza, which is Oya, and you have Ogun. So these are Orishas in the Yoruba religion, if you're familiar with that. And right away, this just gives like androgynous energy. So you may be somebody who is non-binary and you are androgynous. So what androgynous is, it's like, if you don't know what that is, like androgynous is like, if for example you are a woman but you can look masculine presenting. And what I mean by that is you can, look like a man if you want to look like a man, without any effort, because you still have some of those features being androgynous. But yeah, some of you could be androgynous here, and if you're not, it's okay, but take what resonates, okay, and leave what doesn't. But also, if you're not non-binary, because this is a male and female energy, you just have a balance of, the divine feminine and divine masculine. And again, these are not subjective to gender, okay? Divine masculine does not always mean a man. Divine feminine does not always mean a woman, okay? It could just mean that's the dominant energy you hold. But you have this balance between your divine feminine and your divine masculine here. So you could tap into both energies here. You may also cross dress, and that's what makes you attractive, because you can switch up your style, and you may be fluid in your gender here, okay? And that's what makes you attractive. Okay, with the last three cards we have focus. So pile number two, when you're focused on something, like your focus is on it. Like you don't let outside people distract you. Like you don't let the naysayers and the haters get to you, pile number two. Like you're very focused. Like you're very goal driven, very goal driven. Like when there's like, because look at this leopard, they're looking up, they're looking at something, they have their eyes on the prize, and that's you, pal number two. You keep your eyes on the prize. You don't worry about the haters, you don't worry about the naysayers, you don't worry about the obstacles. You just keep going until you reach the final destination of the goal you set, and that is what makes you attractive. With this leadership card, you have leadership abilities, so you could be your own boss and be an entrepreneur here, or where you work at, you could be a manager, or you might get a raise or something, because it's like the energy I'm getting from you is like boss energy. Boss, boss. You're a leader. You're a trendsetter too. That's what makes you attractive. Like with you being so spicy and flavorful in your fashion, like you could spark a lot of fashion trends without even realizing it. Like you have a great sense of style, power number two, and that is what makes you attractive. But you can lead people, whether you're leading people at your job, a company, a business, like you have that quality to you. And that's what makes you attractive here. But you're not a leader that could be like a dictator or that doesn't care about other people. Like you lead, but you also are very intuitive, pile number two. That's what makes you attractive. Like you feel stuff and you call stuff out. Like you may see somebody dating somebody and you could tell them like, I don't think that's the person for you, or I don't think that's gonna work out. And they're like, no, it is. And then they come back and tell you like you were right. Like you have that sixth sense, pile number two, and that's what makes you attractive. But it's very, very helpful in the business arena because you know who to make deals with and who not to make deals with. You know the right time to put something out, the wrong time. And it's the same thing with your job. Like you know who to conversate with and who not to, who to tell something to and who not to. Like this gives you discernment, and that is what makes you attractive. With security here, you're somebody that, like I was talking about earlier, like you want to feel secure. You know, that's what makes you attractive because most people aren't focused on security. They don't really care. They like, I don't really care. But you know, you're worried about, okay, let me make sure my finances are in check. Let me make sure I have good connections. Like, let me make sure I'm on good terms with people. Like, you care about that. There are some people that feel like F people. I don't care if we're not on good terms, even if it was something they did and they could have easily fixed. Like, you know, you're not really a grudge holder here, pile number two. And that's what makes you attractive because you're able to see beyond, you know, you're not really that emotional. Like, I feel like you can get emotional, pile number two, but you don't really let your emotions rule you. You know, you move with a lot more logic than emotion here. I can see that. You move with a lot more logic than emotion, but you have a balance between the two here with that masculine and that feminine energy. But yeah, you know how to create spaces into which you feel secure. You know how to create your own security and bring that into your life. And that is what makes you attractive. Power number two, thank you. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what resonated with you. We're going to go ahead and move on to our final pile, pile number three. All righty, pile number three. Pile number three, you have like a Alice in Wonderland type of energy. Like right off the bat, I just had to say that because I just felt like a magical energy, like a fairy type energy. Take what resonates. Okay, so pile number three, what makes you attractive? So we have Leo, right? And then we have Soul. Okay, the sun rules over Leo, okay, and then we have Cancer. We know the moon rules over Cancer, okay. So kind of like pile number two, you have this balance between your divine feminine and divine masculine, and that is what makes you attractive. But with these energies here, the sun and Leo energy, it's like you're very bright. Your aura is very, very bright. Emphasis on that. Very, very bright. Like you shine wherever you go. Like pile number three, you light up a room. Your smile lights up a room. Your energy lights up a room. You bring the color. You're very colorful. You might be around people that are dull and you just bring that color and you bring it into, it's like it's so symbolic though, because it's like you could be wearing something colorful, but even if you're not speaking to people and they see you, you inspire them to be more colorful and be more creative with their style and with their aesthetic. Okay. With this Cancer energy being here, you're very family oriented. Pile number three, like you care about your family, and that's what makes you attractive because not too many people are family oriented. And I don't know, pile number three, I also am getting the energy of like you wouldn't mind like that white picket fence um type of lifestyle, but you're gonna have your remix on it, you know, because I don't really get pad number three that you really like tradition. So you may follow some traditional things, but you put your own special twist on it. And that's what makes you attractive. You may have created like traditions for your family. You could be a parent here and you could have created traditions for your family, and that's what makes you attractive. Let's see what other cards we have. Also, you have this very sweet, nurturing side to you, and that's what makes you attractive because you're always ready to give to somebody. Excuse me. You're always ready to give. You're a giver, pound number three, and that is what makes you attractive. With the story of my life card, this is just about like meeting people who don't always have your best interest at heart, but learning from those experiences. So pile number three, what makes you attractive is that you have probably been through, you know, numerous situations where people took advantage of your kindness, but you learned from it. And that's what makes you attractive, because you didn't let those experiences stop you from going out to make friends, going out to meet somebody to date and be a long-term partner. Like, you didn't let those experiences stop you. Instead, you let them be ammunition and motivation. Because I don't know why I'm hearing the song by J. Cole called My Life. And I just channeled some messages like on my Facebook page. Follow me on Facebook. Like, y'all can like and follow my Facebook page, Tarot with Blossom. It's gonna be in my description. Just follow that page because I have tons of things on there that I post, and I'm more active on there than I am on YouTube. Side note. So yeah. Anyways, pile number 3. As I was saying, like, when you go through situations like that, it's like you are more like trying to understand why the person did what they did. Like, you're very understanding, and that's what makes you attractive, because you could really just wow out on people, pile number 3, because you got that side to you, but you don't, because you just know that what is that gonna do? Okay, if I match energies with this person, what is that gonna do? Like, you don't really match energy with people. You just move on and find better and do better. And that's what makes you attractive, pile number 3. We have love here. So you spread a lot of love. Wherever you go, you bring love. You may like to sing, and you may be musical like pile number 1, but you just bring a lot of love wherever you go. Like, you lift the darkness. You're like pile number 3. The best way to describe your energy is like you're the rainbow after the storm. This manifestation part being here, like, you may not realize it, pile number 3, or you may realize this, but you're good at manifesting things that you want. You can bring it into fruition easily, and that is because you move with so much love. You move with a respect to other people. You don't have a guilty conscience, so it's easy for you to manifest things and be grateful for them. Let's see what else you have here. Okay, so we have the earth element, the fire element. Okay, so what makes you attractive, pile number 3, is how you can ground yourself, how you can get focused on something. You know how people can procrastinate on something for a long time? Like, pile number 3, you may procrastinate on something for a long time, and then when you finally crack down on it, people are like, wow, like, I thought you wasn't going to come back with that project. Like, you shock a lot of people because you may start something and you don't finish it, but then unexpectedly you finish it. And that is what makes you attractive, pile number 3. You stay committed to your goals no matter how long they take, and your patience. Because when you think about earth, I like thinking about gardens specifically. Like, gardens don't grow immediately. Like, they take time because you have to love on them, you have to nurture them, you have to water them, you have to make sure you're taking care of them, making sure the pests ain't getting to them. It's a lot when you're taking care of a garden. So it's the same thing when it comes to you, pile number 1, taking care of your life. Like, you're patient and you let different areas of your life grow. You plant those seeds and then you let it grow, and then you accept that harvest when it's time to. And that's what makes you attractive, because you work on things, kind of have like a Taurus energy, because Taurus will like do things when they want to do it, and then it's so good when they finally do it, and that's you. Pile number 3, you're very artistic and creative here. You might like to paint. You might, because I get the vibe that you like to paint, and I'm seeing like somebody painting on a building. So you may like to paint on buildings, or you may like to do graffiti, because I'm getting that too. With the fire element here, you have a lot of passion in whatever you're invested in your art, in your poetry, because I get that somebody here could be into poetry or theater. Take what resonates, but you're very into that. And your passion and your drive and your just that light, it's felt. Okay, it's felt, and you impact people when they meet you leave some love with them, and pile number 3, like, you're the type of person that people will always remember because you show them so much love and kindness. Even if they did you wrong, you're the person that people is going to remember. And I don't know why I'm getting this message to pile number 3. I'm pretty sure like people regret losing you, because you're the whole package. Okay, you have the empathy, you have the respect, all of that goes into a partnership and a friendship. You have those qualities. Okay, so don't never question yourself because people did you wrong. It wasn't you, it was them. Okay, I just have to say that for some of you. All right, so we have the Nine of Swords in reverse, and the Nine of Wands in reverse here. So we got some nines here. So you could be born on the ninth month, or the number nine just means something to you. For some of you, the number nine could be your life path number. Just take what resonates here. But with the Nine of Swords in reverse, it's like whenever you start overthinking, you know how to get yourself out of that. You may be somebody that'll watch something funny or distract themselves in order to not have to deal with those negative thoughts. And that's what makes you attractive, because you don't allow those thoughts to anchor you, and you don't believe them. Like, one thing you do really well, power number three, that you may underestimate, is that you filter out your thoughts. Like, you are not your thoughts, okay? We have a million thoughts a day, and we pick up so much, and it's so much programming mixed in. So everything you're thinking is not directly because of you, it's because of experiences, and your mind is just thinking of every scenario, because our mind has the ability to do that. What makes you attractive, power number three, is that your mind is not your enemy, it's not your foe. Like, you have learned how to filter out those negative thoughts without adding meaning to them, without labeling them good and bad, just letting those thoughts flow. And you notice that when you do that, you feel better, you're not as anxious, because sometimes we can struggle with our thoughts, because it can be us against our mind, and we're trying to stop those negative thoughts and getting mad at those thoughts, instead of having compassion and empathy for ourselves and giving ourselves grace, because it's so much going on in this world, and each of us individually have like so much that has happened within our own lives, so the thoughts you have aren't even a reflection of you. It's really a reflection of the world and the things that have been done to you and been programmed in your mind for you to believe. So you're doing a great job at learning how to filter out negative thoughts, and keeping the positive ones and thinking positive thoughts. So that's one thing about you, power number three, that's attractive, is that you can, think a positive thought even after you thought something negative. Like, you know how to stay on your positivity. And it's not toxic positivity, because you're not positive 24/7, but you know how to remain in that state, from time to time. And that is what makes you attractive, because people, can count on you to bring that positivity and that color to them. And you may even express your emotions through your art, and that is healing for others. It is very helpful, because you may be a very unique artist, because I'm just getting this hippie-ish vibe from you, this creative type. We have on keywords art in human form. Yes, literally, you are the art, you are the light, power number three. That is what makes you attractive. With excuse me, with the Nine of Wands being in reverse, it's like you don't allow fear to hold you back. You may have some doubts, you may have some questions about the path that you're on or the career you want to do, but ultimately you don't allow fear to dictate decisions you make. You don't let people get in your ear either and project that fear onto you. You keep going. You have a confidence about you with this Leo energy. You are confident, and that makes you attractive. We have some more cards here. So we have mystery and ceremony. Also, power number three, you may have like tattoos and piercings here, and that's what makes you attractive. Or you may dye your hair like different colors here, and that is what makes you attractive. But with mystery and ceremony, it's like what makes you attractive, pound number three, is how private you are. Even though you are this bubbly person, I feel like at times, because I feel like you can be an introvert and an extrovert. Like, you may be an ambivert, and what that is just a mix of both of those. Take what resonates, but it's like you're a mystery to people still, even if you may talk to people or you're more to yourself, like regardless of which side you're on, you're still a mystery to people, and people are intrigued and fascinated by you, especially if you're an artist. People are fascinated and wonder like why you paint the things you paint and what your muse is. Some people even want to be your muse. Power number three, some people want you to paint them and put them in your art, and they want to be your muse. But it's very attractive how you can have that mysterious aura but still be so, open at the same time, open but not open. Like, you let people know as much as you would like them to know, and that's what makes you attractive. Like, you have privacy in your life. Everybody doesn't know your business, everybody doesn't know who you're sleeping with, everybody doesn't know how much money you make. You're private. That's what makes you attractive. With the Akashic records here, so if you are into reincarnation, you know that the Akashic records is like the place, it's like a library of like all of the lives you've lived, the lives that everybody have lived, and you can research this too. And this, I feel like this is coming out because you have past life gifts, like things that you can tap into. Like if you're into astrology, which I feel like you are, pound number three, because you're given that. You could be a reader too, a tarot reader yourself, but it's like the vibe I'm getting is like you already know some of this stuff that I'm talking about. So I would recommend you, pound number three, looking at your south node and seeing like what sign that is, because in astrology, the north node and the south node are our past life in astrology. Well, the south node specifically is the past life part. The north node is the life we're supposed to be living now and our destiny and what we must aspire to in this life. And south node, it's like you brought some gifts from this life that you have from other lives and it's helping you, and surprisingly that's what makes you attractive. Okay, your spirituality makes you attractive. You're a very deep thinker, pile number three, and you're direct too, but your directness is not very like, it's not blunt. I feel like your directness is more philosophical, it's more poetic, it's more kind of like in a riddle. Pile number three, you may speak in a riddle sometimes, so some people may not understand what you're saying and some people do. Okay, and that's what makes you attractive, because it's like that mystery, like what are you really saying? Or even in your art you could have mixed messages and people aren't really sure exactly what it means, but that's fine with you because you don't mind it being open to interpretation, and that is what makes you attractive. Okay, with fertility and creation here, you're very creative. You know how to create things that are colorful and that people love. Like you may know how to make like you could be a jack of all trades too, pound number three, in the realm of creativity. Like you can paint, you can draw, you can make jewelry. Like you may know how to do a little bit of everything. Like you can know how to make pottery here, you know how to make clothes, you know how to sew. Like you got it all down. Okay, and that is what makes you attractive, pound number three, because you're creative in so many different ways. And like your creativity, pound number three, can take you really far, because I feel like you're very innovative and you give off an Aquarius vibe here. So you may have a sun, moon, or rising in Aquarius, but you give off this futuristic type of energy. You may even like the show Futurama, because that just came up too, because you just give off that energy. Okay, let's see. Let's look at some other cards. So we have diligence. So you take your time. Like that's what I was saying with the earth element. Like you take your time. You have patience in whatever creative endeavor you're in. Y'all are artists for sure. Because I keep um being brought to like art. Like I keep seeing it in my mind's eye, like art, an artist, the energy of an artist. Like I feel it. With the wisdom card being here, you have a lot of wisdom. You have a lot of wisdom to share, but I feel like you share your wisdom, pound number three, in so many different ways. And that's what makes you attractive. Like your wisdom makes you attractive, but it's how you express that wisdom, whether you're expressing it through writing, through poetry, through theater, through art. Like you have all this wisdom and it's so healing and it's so helpful. Okay. So keep making that art, even if people don't understand you, because I feel like pound number three, like you may feel like people don't understand you, and some people don't, and that's fine, because everybody is not meant to understand you. Pound number three, you are not for everybody, but that's okay, because the people you are for, you're for in a major way. Okay, and that is a quote, and I think her name is Layla. It's something like that, and I follow her on Instagram, and I would see that all the time. So that's what came to mind for you, pound number three. Yeah, this wisdom. And then I was getting like that fairy energy. Cause look, we have a mermaid here. So you may be into mermaids and things like that. Like you may be the type of person that has a laptop and you have a whole bunch of stickers on it, or you like watching anime here, or you just may have like a lot of stuffed animals, because I'm getting that side of you too. You have that side to you. Or you may like bohemian styles as well, pound number three. But yeah, so the last card we have for you is simplicity. So you may be seeing white feathers or they may mean something to you. But also, this card is just about not making things in your life too complicated. So, pound number three, what makes you attractive is that you don't make things in your life that complex. Like, you're patient with things and you allow things to grow. Like, you're not overwatering the seeds that you've planted. You planted those seeds and you let them grow at their own time in your life. And that's what makes you attractive because you can rest, you can relax and take time off from projects. And what makes you attractive, pile number three, is how you can have fun. Like you have this balance. So you could do work and be studious and be creative, but you can also go out and take breaks and have fun and live life because life is not just about creating all the time. It's just about being, having fun, going out for pizza, going out for ice cream, and having fun with the people around you and making memories because life is short, death is longer. Okay. So, pile number three, that is your reading. Thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what resonated with you. And I will see you all later. Bye bye. Let me get out of this. Wait, I didn't even mean to do that. All right, y'all. I will see you all later. And also, one more thing. Again, I have a Facebook page, Tarot with Blossom. It's going to be in my description. And if you want to stay updated with my posts, what I'm doing, what I'm doing, because I do a lot of like channel messages on my page because on YouTube, you have to have enough like subscribers in order to post pictures and stories and stuff. So I post my channel messages and other things like zodiac messages as well on Tarot with Blossom. So please follow me on Facebook, like me on Facebook. Thank you for this coming to this reading. I was about to say thank you for this reading, but thank you for coming to this reading, y'all. Thank y'all for getting me to 1K. I seen that. Like, I was shocked because I didn't know that it was going to get to that because I made that and I was so happy making that. And I guess like all that good energy manifested. So thank you all. And shout out to all my new subscribers. Thank y'all. I love y'all. All right. Bye bye.